Oh my gosh, it's the holidays. And I have a magical tutorial for you today. So today we're going to be looking at the beautiful Carol of the Bells, which is the Ukrainian Christmas carol. I'm sure you know it. It's a little tricky, the version that we have here, but it's going to be a good opportunity for us to try out some different hand patterns and just kind of getting around the fingerboard. So before we get started though, thank you to 8 Notes. Go check out 8 Notes. This is linked below for you to their website. For those of you on Patreon, hello, and I hope you enjoy this video. And there is a link to the music, of course, to 8 Notes, but there's also an attachment for you in the post today with my scribbles on it, so you can look at all of my fingerings and little markings there for you too. So let's just get right into it. This tune has 2 sharps, and if you remember the acronym Father Charlie goes down and eats breakfast, that's the order of the sharps. So we have 2 sharps here. They're Father Charlie. Father Charlie goes down and eats breakfast. So Father Charlie, those are our 2 sharps, and that tells us the hand patterns that we're going to be working with for our key signature. So this song is on the G string, it's on the D string, it's on the A string, it's a little on the C string, it's on every single string. So we're going to need to know the hand patterns for all those strings. So let's start on the C string. We're not going to have to use our open C, so we're not going to worry about that one. It would be a C sharp. We couldn't play the open string, so rather than starting on an open, we'd have to start on a C sharp. But since we don't need it, let's just forget about it and just start on a regular first finger. So we have D, E, F sharp, G. So this is an extended third hand pattern. Let's hear it. I'm going to start on first finger, D. And then over on the G string, we have G, A, B, C sharp, D. So another of that same hand pattern, extended third. I'll start on the open this time. And then over on the D string and the A string, we're going to have a little bit different hand pattern. D string, we have D, E, F sharp, G, A. So this is our basic hand pattern. It's a little more comfortable. And over here on the A string, we've got another basic hand pattern. A, B, C sharp, D, and E. Okay, so there is a little bit of string crossing in here, and because it's kind of stretchy, you might find that your fingers are kind of creeping up and you're losing your pitch. So just always keep track of where your first finger is and don't let your arm start to creep in. Arm stays out. And also whenever we change strings, your arm is going to be the thing that helps you to change strings, not your finger necessarily, because then you're going to lose your intonation, because if you went straight across with your arm, you'd stay in tune, but if you do something different with your finger is not going to move straight across very easily. So we're also in 3/4, which means there's 3 beats in a measure. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, and all those beats are a quarter note. So whenever we see a quarter note, it gets 1 beat. If we see 8th notes, which are grouped in 2s, they're twice as fast as the beat. So if we're thinking 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 8th notes are 1 and 2 and 3 and 1 and 2 and 3 and. Okay, but anyway, let's hear it first. I'm going to scooch a little closer so that you can see my left hand. 1, 2, 3. There we go. All right, so let's look at a couple things. In the first measure, we have MP, and MP means mezzo piano. So it's a little bit above a whisper. So if you were just speaking kind of gently. So we could use a little bit less bow. I'm in the upper part of the bow, and I'm kind of tilting the bow a little bit, and I'm a little bit closer to the fingerboard. This is a tricky moment because I have to go from this hand pattern all the way over here and then to this hand pattern. So arm and move. Arm, and I'm going to use my second finger as a little helper so that my third finger knows where it's going. And you can work on slowly doing that. And over time, trying to connect the sound as much as you can. So. And then we're going to slur these two eighth notes together. They're in the same bow direction. Now, why am I doing fourth finger when I could do open? And see if you can hear the difference. One of them sounds a little better than the other. So the first one is the better one because it's all in the same string and it's not like pronouncing the open string too much. Your strings you can think of as like a voice. So you're going to just keep all those notes for that one little phrase on that same voice rather than changing voices. So if I skip over to the MF on the second line, mezzo forte, that's just our regular voice, so it's getting a bit louder. So I'm going to use more bow. And in measure 17, we've got a little accent. That's that little greater than sign that's over that first note. And forte is strong, so we're going to use lots of bow on that one. And we're also going to put a little bit of a bite using the first finger. See how my first finger here is going to press down, press, and then pull the string. So it's got a little bit of a bite. Now here we have F sharp, G sharp, A sharp, which I'm going to find using my second finger because it's either A, fingers apart, or A sharp, fingers together. And of course, A sharp's other name is B flat. So we have F sharp, G sharp, A sharp, B, C sharp, D, and then readjust, E, F sharp. So let's look at that again. You can see the hand pattern I have here is all whole stems. Behind the second finger. Reach back. Let's do that one more time. So a line from first finger. I'm going to start in measure 23. So measure 23, we get to see that again, and I'm going to give you a fingering for the next part. So we have and then fourth finger is going to start that phrase again. And we're going to get quieter and quieter using less bow. But this time, rather than getting towards the tip of the bow, I'm getting towards the frog because I'm going to need to do pizzicato very quickly. And I'm going to drop for me it's more comfortable to use my middle finger. And I'm just dropping the finger and then using the arm to pluck rather than using the finger to pluck, because you're just not going to get a very good sound that way. So back to measure 23. Fourth finger. Get to the frog. Middle finger comes out. Just kind of floats away into nothingness. All right, so let's hear the whole thing and then we'll call it a day. I'm going to play it up to tempo for this one. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. Thank you so much for being here with me today. This was so fun. I love Carol of the Bells. I hope you enjoy this one. Please go check out 8 Notes and please check out Patreon. There are 4 fabulous things that happen every month there aside from your weekly lesson videos. We've got every other week violin viola group class, every other Thursday evening. Every month I invite a special guest artist to come and teach a class. It doesn't matter if you are just learning the violin and you're a complete beginner or if you've been playing for a long time, you can still enjoy those guest artist classes. They're there for you to learn from the best teachers that I can find. So, and then we also have the last Friday usually of the month is our little virtual studio circle. That's where we can check in and see how everybody's been doing with the music during the month. It's a little time if you want to share what you've been working on, get rid of some of those nerves that you might have, or just kind of practice getting out of your comfort zone. Say hi. But anyway, I hope to see you over on Patreon, and thank you so much for those of you that are on Patreon. And of course, for those of you on YouTube, lots of love and you should be there. And thank you for all of your support over the years. Merry Christmas, Happy Hanukkah, Happy Yule, and I'll see you very soon.